way too much crap. I have to stop the Hip Kit Club. I mean, I scrapbook a lot. At least I think I do. Like, I probably do about 20 to 30 pages a month. And I think if I just got the Hip Kit Club, I'd be actually running out of stuff. Well, meaning I'd be using my stash more. But yeah. Okay, so I don't even know if all of this is going to fit in that room. I don't even know if I have enough hangers. I don't think I do. I may have to double up. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go through here and I'm going to pull out all the Hip Kit Clubs versus collections. Yeah, Hip Kit Club kits versus collections. I have some SCT samplers, not very many because I did a big push to use up a bunch of that stuff. So I'm going to start with that and we'll see where the numbers end up and then how I'm going to treat it from there. Okay, so hopefully I can figure out how to put music to this and we'll speed you guys through this part. SCT sampler. Okay, now this here, these are pages that I particularly pulled for my my May 2016 trip with my parents to Yosemite. So that needs to go in that project binder. That's the same with this close to my heart stuff. I bought that all specifically to go with that. And same with this. So this is all for that one project. I have 18 hangers. And let me see how many non-Hip Kit stuff I have. Things I have. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, and 10. Perfect. So I'm going to put these all on the hangers and hang them up in the closet, and then I'll come back and figure out what I've got left and what I'm going to do with these. Who am I kidding? I'm not done. I found more. I don't think that was it. You guys are probably wondering why I have so much stuff. So here's part of my problem. One is I have a shopping problem, obviously. The other is that I am addicted to mystery boxes. And so when these companies have their warehouse box sales, I can't help but buy them. And what ends up happening is I get a lot of stuff. Good prices, but a lot of stuff. So I think I have more than 18 here. So we'll see what ends up hanging and what doesn't, and we'll go from there. Okay, time for a check-in. So the good news is I'm not as far behind on Hip Kit Club easing them up as I thought I was. The bad news is all the other stuff was other purchases. So I have, these are the only Hip Kits that I have not used. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. So I'm about 6 months behind. Not bad, considering all the other stuff I have in my craft room. I swapped them out and put them in the Studio Calico bags because I don't think I'm going to have enough space for these in the closet. So I'm going to store these separate as kind of a, you know, work on next kind of thing. And I actually lied. There's one more kit from Hip Kit. It is in one of the iris cases. So I do have 7, I guess. So that's those. Everything else fits except for these 3. I ran out of hangers. I think I can still squeeze them in there. I just need to go find 3 hangers to add them in. These are the flat collections I'm going to store in a different way, and I'm going to show you that here shortly. And then I have a few of the SCT sampler kits left. I've got 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I am going to look through these and figure if I want to dismantle them or not. Okay, so I'm going to go find some hangers, hang these up, and then I'll show you what I do with these. Okay, so when I have enough cardstock left over from a collection, or I have the 12 by 12 chipboard sticker sheet, and I don't want to keep that as a collection per se in my closet, then what I do is I create these little pockets with tabs. So for instance, I've got confetti crepe paper Maggie Holmes. All I've done here, this is just the chipboard. So all I've done is just put a tab on it and stuck it in here. Okay. If it has paper with it, so for instance, this is the Maggie Holmes Gather. I'm going to show you what I do here. So I take a either a plastic bag or an old, what do you call it, page protector, and I cut the two sides off and I add a piece of chipboard in, which is stapled to the back side of the plastic, and it has a tab with the name of the collection on it. And this is not my idea. I got this from Mercy Tierra, and basically then it keeps everything together and I can slide it in and out of that container really easily. So you could use, I'm trying to think, you could use plastic bags if you wanted to instead, you know, trim them down to size, whatever works for you. And I think that's what I'm going to use today because I have some plastic bags out rather than go dig for some old page protectors. And by old page protectors, you know how when you buy albums, they come with page protectors, but they're not always really good quality. And so I don't always like those ones, and so I'll just reuse them for other purposes. So anyways, and then they just get filed in that box and then put on the shelf. So let me show you this one here as an example. This is Photoplay. It's their Delightful Plaid collection. I actually have never used this one yet, but I do want to keep it all together. So the very first thing I'm going to do, because this did not come with a chipboard piece, is pull a piece of chipboard. And guess what I got rid of earlier? See, this is why I don't get rid of stuff. Okay, so I'm pulling out the chipboard that I saved from my purge from the other day. I have these 12 by 12 bags, which I'm going to reuse. Okay, so the very first thing I am going to do is stick this inside the bag, if it'll fit. And I'm going to use my scissors to just trim. Okay. And then we're going to go down one side. And just like that. Put this collection in. You see how the bag wiggles? I don't like that. The paper's a little bigger than 12 by 12. Okay, so now we're going to take our labeler, and this is called Delightful Plaid, Delight Print. In the meantime, we're going to take tab punch. This is from an old one from Stampin' Up. Fold that over. Okay. That tiny attacher through all the layers. And yep, that went through. So give it a good press. And that's basically it. I'll add the label once I finish going through all of this, and then I will file it in that box and we will be good to go. I don't attach anything to it to close. I just find that just this one little staple is good enough. Okay? I think this is where I'm going to end off the paper for today. I do need to go through all the iris containers I have with paper, as well as the cardstock along the shelf. But I think this one's plenty long enough. So we're going to leave it for here for today and come back next time. And until then, happy crafting.